Okay, this is a little working. You've seen similar ones on the channel before. It's basically to remove someone's influence and to move them on. So this female is interfering in my client's life. She's talking to the guy, and basically we want her to lose interest and move her on. So this spell will be in two parts. There won't be two videos, but there'll be two little bits to the spell. There's the jar spell, and then I have a little puppet that I made, and the puppet will be placed in some tin foil, aluminium foil. Why? Because it's reflective. So I'm going to put that little doll inside it with some cayenne powder and some other bits and pieces, some black salt, hot foot, and then I'm going to roll that away from me, and I'll be taking that to the river and placing it so that she's flowing away, and that's how we're going to, get rid of her from that angle. The jar, it will tackle the actual relationship. The jar will, we want them to lose interest and for her not to get along, and for them not to have anything in common and for things to slide. So the jar is what will do that. So I have their photographs and a little petition made. Now I have some separation oil. You can go with whatever oil you have, and I put a blackthorn pin in the oil. If you don't have blackthorn pins, you could use a needle or something like that. And I place the photographs back to back. So if you're using pictures or names, place them back to back. And I'd never bind because I feel like that's still making them stick together. So I'm placing that through the photographs like so. And if you have pictures of the people in question, rip them apart whilst making like a statement, I break you apart or something similar like that. So I've called on excuse me, I'm talking too quickly. I've called on Santa Muerte for this. I've asked her for her help. I normally call on Santissima Muerte for most of my workings. If a client doesn't want Holy Death involved, I do consider that, but at the end of the day, she is my matron and she's what brings results to the majority of the clients. So, you have to look at it from that angle. Okay, so I've anointed the petition with block communication, and I've anointed their photographs with block communication, and this is banish a person oil. So we're going to banish her. So I'm just putting a little bit of oil on her photograph along with the block communication oil on both their photographs. You can anoint the petition paper too. Okay, and I'm just folding that away from me like so. Even if you break the little pen, it doesn't matter. And I'm placing that inside the little black bottle that I've got. I really like these black bottles. I've actually dressed the little jar with some powders already, and I have a razor blade in there. The old-fashioned type razor blades. And I have some rusty nails, and I'm going to put some more in a moment, but I'm going to top this up with some vinegar. Vinegar is great for souring a relationship. You could go with lime juice or lemon juice if you don't have vinegar, but I recommend vinegar. And I like this dark stuff. It's great. It makes the jar dark. The jar is actually black anyway, which is good. Okay, so I'm looking for some cayenne pepper to burn her feet and move her on. Like I said, cayenne is really good for bringing up the fire element and getting people to move away. Let's see. No, a little bit of black salt. So I'm putting in a few nails, and that will make the total amount of nails in this jar 9 nails. And I have one razor blade like I said, 1 blackthorn pin. It's just that when you're shaking the jar up, you want something sharp and prickly, so it shreds through all the photographs and just causes some discord in the lives of the people. Everything is merely symbolic, purely symbolic, should I say. Whoa. Sulfur overload. Okay. You see now. Well, I'm wrecking this place today. Okay, so this is separation herbs. So I've said before, I've got like dog grass, a blend of. It's basically everything that I put together in these little bags. It's a few herbs and bits and pieces that I find effective, and I bag them for convenience. So I'll do a separate video on what I do. I should be really labeling the bags with everything I put in them, but I don't. I've just got separation mix on that. But anyway, moving on. I will do that. This is Breakup Separation Oil. Now, ideally, I really do like to use cat hair and dog hair. It's always so limited. The cat hair is anyway. It's difficult to get cat hair, especially black cat hair. Okay. And I hate handling cat hair. I don't mind dog hair, but cat hair freaks me out. Okay. Santa Muerte oil. Again, use what you have. You don't need all these bits and pieces. It's because I have them at hand. That's the reason why I'm using them. Now, this is just a little mix. There's stuff in there that is really good. It's what's the word? It's like with brimstone. It's like sulfur. It's good to make things sort of, move along and remove the blocks and push things along. It's hard to say though how long it will take for spell work to, I have to say this in every video. It's really difficult to say how long it will take for a spell to come through, because at the end of the day, we have no control over how long these things take. Of course, I ask the spirits to, please do this quickly, but they have no concept of time, and that's my opinion. So the best thing for you to do is not to stress over results or things like that, because things will work out if you, put it to the back of your mind, even though it's hard. Destruction powder. Okay. So I'm going to put a little bit more of that block communication oil in there, just a tiny bit. Okay, a little bit of, no, not use that. Let's see. I think I've probably got enough. Did I put sulfur in? Yeah, I did. I think that's really enough. That will get things moving. I'll probably put a little bit of graveyard dirt in. 1 second. Not too much, but just a little bit. Graveyard dirt symbolizes the end of something, so that is why we put that in. Alrighty, so that is that. So I'm going to put a little bit. No, I won't do that either. I was going to put some black wax in there, but I think I'll leave it. I'm going to burn a black candle on that instead. Okay, that will sit on the Holy Death's altar, and I'll be shaking that up every day. Okay. I'll burn a black candle on it, and I light it for about 15 minutes per night. I just sit with the jars, pardon me, for 10-15 minutes each night. That'll probably last for about 3 weeks, and then the jar will get deployed. It'll probably be deployed, I think probably at the graveyard, because we really want to nail down the results. So I'm thinking the graveyard, or else a crossroads that I have that is inundated with jars, but no one will ever find it, this particular crossroad. The advantages of living in a country area. Okay, so that's what I've got. Please do your cleansings afterwards, whatever it is you use: sage, hyssop, salts, Epsom salts, please cleanse and get this off you, because you don't cleanse, something could attach themselves to you. As crazy as that might sound, it is true. So the doll I will come back to in one moment. Okay, so you have your foil and you need to put a few bits and pieces on that. So I'm just going to use the same powders, the black salt, the chili, if I can find it. Okay, some sulfur. So you want to keep the shiny bit to the outside. That is basically, if she does anything, it will reflect back to her. This acts like a mirror. So, like I said, the shiny bit to the outside. If she tries to come back, if she tries to do spell work, because let's face it, a lot of people are really into spell work now. It's becoming more mainstream. This will act as like a mirror. It will bounce back to her. So that's what we want. I'm going to put some more banish oil on this, even though the doll is drenched in it. Okay. You could put a little bit of graveyard dirt on that too. I'll use destruction powder. We'll give her something to move away for. Destruction powder will definitely have an effect. So I'm folding it away from me. Okay. See what I mean? Just fold it away from you. And then I just fold it at the ends. I always go anti-clockwise for this kind of work. Like that. I probably need to bind that a little bit with some thread, just to make sure she's in there nice and tight. Whilst you're binding, you want to just say, you've gone away, you'll never come back. You're out of our lives once and for all. She will never come back. She's out of their lives. You've nothing in common. You've no interest. She will never return again. Say things like that. Your relationship is over. There is nothing for you. You must move. It is time to go. I command that you leave. You will move away. You will do this ASAP. No time to wait. It's time to go. May the Holy Death grant this. May she take it into her capable hands and grant this spell. And so it is done. Excuse me. Okay, we've got that, and that will go in the river, or else I'll probably bury it. I'm not sure. I want to make sure that there's nothing too toxic in there that an animal could get. I want to make sure it's secure, that no animals can get into this sort of thing. The last thing I want to do is poison an animal. So that could possibly go to the graveyard. If it was a jar, I'd be more, I'd putting it in a. If it was a jar, I'd put it in the river quicker because it's sealed. As long as it doesn't pop out, a leak or whatever, because there are some, sulfur and stuff. So I may bury that, in fact. So we will see. I will see how things go. But that is that. And I'll look at some cards for the client in a moment. That's it. Okay, I'm back. A little bit of time has passed and I'm just catching up with the reading. Okay, so we're looking into the situation to get a feel for it at the moment. And okay, so I think things will improve. We've got the bouquet there. I think the woman will go. We've got the woman beside the coffin. That looks like she will go permanently. And then we've got an issue over a job. A decision will be made over some sort of job or cash, something to do with money and or work. So that's going to come up. Looking again at these cards, just probing a bit further. Yeah, there's going to be discord with regards to the two of them, and she will move. It looks as if she's going to go overseas via that ship card. I think the solution is near. So, and you will hear some sort of news about her, and her journey away, hopefully for good. So I think news is coming your way with regards to that. 1 second. Okay, I think you and your guy will take things down a notch again. I always say that whenever you go through like a rocky patch, that it's good to go back and to start to date again and start to get to know each other all over again, rather than slip into the same pattern of just making the same mistakes again. And I see the dog card there, so it's telling me friendship. So I think the two of you need to go and have fun together and just enjoy life. Again, I see the news of this departure coming, the rider and the scythe. That's a swift cut, and I think things will turn around quickly for you. I think it'll happen when you're least expecting it to happen. And then we've got the fish beside the anchor. So I'm thinking there's something to do again with finances and getting things in one place and steadying things up. So with regards to you and him, these are very positive cards. I've got the heart, the book, and the flowers bouquet. So I'm thinking there's something that needs to come out, though. The center card tells me there's something he needs to say, something he needs to get off his chest. And I think good things will happen once that is done. Hopefully it's an apology. But I know I have some oracle cards as well. I'll leave those there. So the first card is destruction, and I think that's just showing us what you're going through with regards to what she did. What I think it's to do with the fact that it's that inner turmoil. It's they cause destruction in your life. However, this next card, the lesson, it tells me that it was a lesson. That's the thing. I get these cards a lot whenever people can't understand why they're going through something. There's a life lesson in it, whatever it may be. It's something that we have to go through, and down the line, you'll see the reason why. And then I've got solitude, just a period of quietness. And then we've got hope, basically saying don't lose hope. Now, this is interesting. I've got journey. So it's even popping up my oracle cards telling me that someone will be taking a journey. So that's interesting. Deceit. So I think that's just, us tuning into the situation. All tied up. Again, I think it's telling you not to get too stressed out over the situation. Getting too worried and too stressed out really does tie you up in knots. So just be careful of that. Indecision. It's maybe her not deciding whether she's going to go away or not. It's causing you anxiety. It's just showing me your broken heart. However, you will gain some strength. That's the Angel of Strength card. Take the strength and build yourself up. Be strong and build yourself up. Because we've got the Angel of Love and the World. So it's basically saying that you will find love. The love will come back to you. And the World card is, again, a really good card. It's telling me that World card basically says you can have whatever you want. You just have to take the correct steps, if that makes sense. Not get too down. Know it will happen. That is the main thing. And don't focus on the results too much. I'm going to bring out the pendulum. I want to check a few questions you sent to me. Now, let's see. So I do think this man loves you. I think in the fullness of time, I think things will repair themselves. Whoops. So I'm thinking yes to the fact that you asked me about a family. I think he will want a family. Just trying to steady it up a bit. This is the marriage question. So that's a yes for marriage. But like I say, the future is something. Future is something that can change. So please, please, please do your best to be strong, like the cards say. Don't get too stressed out over things. Be strong. Don't let him walk over you either. Just be confident. Be strong. Don't stress over how things are going to work out and stuff. I'm always here if you need me. Email me, and I will get in touch with you. So I'm asking the pendulum, will she go? And I'm getting a very positive yes. So all in all, I think things look really good, really, really good. I do think you will have the option of marriage and children. That's always a good thing. But first of all, I would let the two of you come together and start to have fun again, start to live again. Don't worry too much about family and marriage just yet. I think you two of you should realize why you fell in love in the first place. Go back and just enjoy life, and things will come together. I'm going to leave that with you. For everyone else, it's thehouseofmagick@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, and I will speak to you all again very soon.